Since opening my studio, I've been laser focused on growing my career and all the challenges that have come with that. Most of those challenges have been productivity and efficiency challenges. And running a media-based or technology business, a lot of those solutions have come from technology and applications, and that's what I'm going to address today. I'm going to share my recommendations for a very usable studio app stack. These are applications which I use daily and can help you run your studio business, your audio career, your music career, in an efficient and productive manner. The first category in this app stack is project management. And the two apps I'm going to recommend here and the ones which I use are Notion and Hubspot CRM. How did I come across these apps? Well, in 2015, at the end of 2015, I was curious and I thought, let me do a search for all the email inquiries I've had for the year. And what I found was that I actually missed out on about 40 projects because of my lack of efficiency to reply, my ability to not actually, in some circumstances, I didn't even reply to an inquiry, and it was just poor project and client communication management that led me to lose a lot of jobs. So I had to find a solution. I had to find solutions that could help me organize complex tasks and organize my client communications. And that's when I came across Hubspot CRM and Notion. They're two separate apps and I'm going to go over them separately and their benefits. But just as a recap, on my dashboard for HubSpot, it shows that every month I onboard about 60 projects, and across those 60 projects and my few hundred contacts, I complete about 800 tasks, which it keeps me accountable. So how am I using these apps? HubSpot is a powerful customer relationship management tool, and I only use the free version of it, and it's super powerful. Every time an inquiry comes in, I'll log it in on the cards there, and that way I've got a database of every inquiry that's ever come in. It'll help me keep on top of tasks for each of my projects, because every morning it'll send me an email to get XYZ done, and as well as that, it helps me keep my client communications with past customers, at the top of mind. So I'm never falling out of, favor or discussion, or I'm never out of the loop basically with my clients or even past clients or future clients. So it keeps me accountable for staying on top of all of that. Notion, on the other hand, is like a super powerful note-taking app with great database functionality, and it helps me to organize really complex tasks like keeping track of my project timelines, how I'm going following up my clients in terms of when I finish a project. It allows me to organize and database a lot of my business development tasks and how I'm going on, even like simple things like my YouTube videos or business relationships I have with other studios and what we're doing in the background, and we can just organize big databases and boards there. It's super useful for that. So Notion and HubSpot, two really great tools. And next category is storage and data. And the one I use for this is Dropbox. Okay, you're gonna think, well, you can have your hard drive, you've got your system, but this system is my system using Dropbox and is fucking amazing. Previously to this, I'd have everything local, a separate hard drive, and my NAS at the end of the day I'd back up onto my second hard drive, and at the end of the week I'd have to manually back up onto my NAS. And yes, there are other applications you can use to automate all that, but I just felt like it was too clunky and too much of a chore. On Pure Mix, there's a video for some of the paid members, if you don't know, where Fab DuPont and Andrew Sheps go over their backup systems, and Fab DuPont's system is perfect. Just put everything on Dropbox, it synchronizes to all your devices, to all your team members, and you don't have to worry about anything else. And that's what I started doing. I literally just have all my sessions, all my deliverables, everything on Dropbox. I can access them anywhere in the world on any device, and I can quickly get to work, pack up, pack down, be at home, do some work on it and on a session, and it's completely fine. Now, what are some of the features and why do I recommend Dropbox so strongly as a great app to store and back up everything onto? Well, the mobile app, for one, has saved my ass a few times when I've had to send a client something and I've left the studio and I've forgotten to. And I can quickly do that because it's just on my Dropbox. Everything's synchronized there. I can find the link, send it to them inside the app, and we're good. The second one is team folders. If you have a business account or if you pay for a high subscription, you can have team folders, and I work with several producers, labels, and engineers religiously. Like every week they've got new things coming into my studio which I have to work on and have to listen to, and team folders make the organization of all those different assets very manageable. It's better than having 6 different emails with WeTransfer links. I just have team folders which we can all communicate and send files in. But one of the best of all benefits is the fact that it just saves hard drive space. I don't need all these extra hard drives and fucking things taken up on my computer. It improves my computer and laptop's efficiency because I don't have a lot of local storage being used. The third category in this this applications is time management. And the two applications I'm going to recommend is Calendly and Google Calendar. Now, Google Calendar, I didn't really use because I was always in the iCloud system, I was a big app fanatic. But in 2018, I started doing some meetings with the management team, and they'd send me email requests, like calendar notifications for events. And everything worked natively within there, and everything synchronized super slick. Like, I didn't have to download an event card and drag it into my calendar. It would just synchronize perfectly. So I started using Google Calendar. It's really easy to use. It's super intuitive. Can't fault it. As for Calendly, now here's the thing, every week I can have between 6 to 12 meetings with clients or prospective clients or meeting briefs and whatnot. And the thing is, organizing those meetings, especially with time zone differences, is really fucking a headache. Calendly's simple, okay? I send them a link, they can see when I'm available, they put in a time, it shows up on my calendar, I rock up, we have a chat, we get what we need to get done, and we get back to our days. It saves me hours every month in emails going back and forth trying to find a time to schedule a call. Moving on to the fourth category, and that is communication, and my app recommendation here is Gmail. Gmail I was using in university just by default, and then as I migrated into having a business and needing an email account for my domain name, I purchased the G Suite, or I subscribed to the G Suite I should say, and it has just worked wonders. It synchronizes between all my devices exceptionally well. The native app in the web browser is beautiful, and also Google are doing a lot to step up their game. And here's some of the features that you get with Gmail. Number one, the email effortlessly synchronizes between devices. There's no sort of like funny sort of shit you have to input like in Outlook. It just works easily. Google is constantly developing their AI game, their artificial intelligence game, and it organizes all my emails into categories like priority, promotions, social, updates, and it just keeps everything separate so I can address different categories when I need to. And also the system auto nudges me. So if I forget or happen to miss an email, it'll nudge me and say, hey Nick, did you forget to respond to this? Which I think is a really cool feature, and I don't know why more email applications don't do that. But the most critical feature of Gmail, which I love, is the fact I'm able to template emails. And this is where I save so much of my time in Gmail. It's the fact that when I send out an invoice, when I send out a project deliverable, when I send out a follow-up, or I request mix notes, I'm writing the same fucking thing. Whereas with Gmail, I can template it and just fill out the details, and it saves me so much time. And it's not that I'm trying to become a robot, it's just efficiency's sake. It is a really good emailing system, and I really recommend it to anybody. The final category in this app stack is a little bit of a weird one. It's to do with where I get my samples, and that is Splice. And the reason why I'm putting it here is because it's been a big game changer for me. It's a very small fee, and I came across it when working on lots of EDM mixes. What happens is with EDM mixes, the producers mix will only ever be as good as the samples they select, and sometimes in the creative moment they don't pick the best samples to suit where they're trying to go for in a mix. This saved my ass, because what would happen is people would send me really shitty kick samples, and Splice has so many kick samples indexed there, I can find ones that really work for a track very quickly, and obviously with the permission of the client. Now, the great thing about this is, over time, having downloaded these samples and built up like layers of kick drums and snare drums and things, I've actually built up my own pseudo sample library from those samples, which I can use in my sessions freely. And what I love specifically about this application is that it is just so easy to use. Everything is indexed and tagged like meticulously. The search browser works effectively and efficiently. It's a really good user experience. And on top of that, everything is 100% royalty free and cleared for commercial use. Just to recap, the applications in this studio app stack are Notion, Hubspot, Dropbox, Calendly, Google Calendar, Gmail, and Splice. That's 7 apps which are just going to help you work more effectively and productively in the studio. Now, it's important to remember all these apps are just tools. Yes, employing them may give you some benefit, but in the long run, the most important things that you do is serve the music, your clients, and achieve great results. And that's what this YouTube channel is about. So if you want more videos like this and other ones that are going to help you achieve the best in your music career, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and watch out for the next video, which I'll be dropping soon. Take care.